What is the man of the road back again?
Dude, I was I was like home ready to jump on this thing and I completely forgot my wife is working out of town this week. So I was like, damn, I gotta pick up my daughter at daycare. And I was like, oh my God, dude, I have to be on a computer. I was like, I gotta jump in there.
All right,
My
today's gonna
apologies.
be today's gonna be our second success call. Man, you guys are rocking up.
Yeah, I think we did get another one, didn't we?
Yeah, you did. You did. We're gonna touch base on the one that was. Let me
Adam.
ask you. That was which one was it?
I believe
Embrace.
it's Adam Kerr.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you questions like the last time, bro, and you're gonna tell me how was it.
All right, cool, man.
You're driving. You're always driving.
I know, dude. I promise, dude, I was behind the computer at like 3:30 doing some like, stuff on my end and I was working and then my wife called me. She's like, "Hey, just a reminder, like I'm out of town for the rest of the week. Don't forget." And I'm like,
Uh,
dude, if she didn't call me, dude, I wouldn't have picked up my daughter. It
make
was
sure
so
you go
bad.
ahead and do that, man, or you're gonna go ahead and sleep on the sofa today. Things that you have to do.
Oh, jeez, dude. Scary. Scary, scary.
Really?
Yeah,
So-
I would have my 1.5-year-old daughter would just been sitting outside of daycare, like, where's my dad?
Oh
Like,
my God. No, man. Oh my
tell me.
God. Well, meanwhile, we can go ahead and talk about that really quick. So yeah, it was Adam that you were able to close. You guys have been closing 4 contracts already. That was great. That's great, man.
Yeah, yeah, we've been having real good success, and it's been a fun adventure so far.
All right. Nice to hear that, man. I'm gonna ask you questions. So what was the deal size?
So right now, well, let me start off by originally we thought it was going to be $10,000,
Mm-hmm.
and then after further evaluation, now we're at 15K.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
Now what's the motivation of the seller? What made him go ahead and sell his property?
So Adam, it took a little bit of, like I say, peeling of the onion. Originally, face value, he was just downsizing, but doing a little bit more digging. Unfortunately, Adam had some recent events in his life to where he bought this property with a job security,
Mm-hmm.
had some medical problems, and then ended up losing his job. So he could no longer afford the house. So financial problems came in, and we were able to bring value to his situation.
That's great. That's great. So it took you how many days it took you to go ahead and get it closed?
So Adam was a little bit more difficult than our last one. It wasn't another 17-minute success story, unfortunately. But all in all, it took us 5 days of back and forth communication from start to finish.
5 days, which is I can tell not too long, but yeah, and this type of sellers, it really takes time because it really takes time to go ahead and understand their situation, right? What
Yes,
they're
sir.
going through, what they're passing by, or what they're really paying to go ahead and get
Exactly.
solved.
If we would have uncovered the actual motivation, the first call,
Yeah.
this would have been another one day or another 40-minute at most. But I understand not a lot of people want to reveal what's truly going on in their life to a stranger on the phone.
As you said the last time, remember? It's good
Right.
to say no.
Yeah, and that's exactly kind of what we utilized that method and said, Adam, it just looks like you're not serious right now.
Uh-huh.
You're avoiding our phone calls, and that completely changed his demeanor.
So knowing that, what type of strategies that in terms of sales and all that and closing that you used with this type of seller? Since you encourage like emotional motivation, financial distress, and so many different things at the same time. What type of strategies?
Uh, well, first and foremost, we like to focus. Once we find the main stressor, which for
Hmm.
him was definitely financial. Um, we want to show them the value that we bring to them, i.e., we understand you're financially strapped right now.
Yeah,
Here's the value Embrace Properties could bring to you to then secure you with moving into your next phase of life. And I think the thing that really put him over the edge and made him want to sign with us was the fact that we were able to provide him with the sale of his current property and facilitating getting into his next one.
So you guys found him another property.
Correct. We found him an apartment that he really, enjoys and wants to get into.
Well, that's great, man. First time I've heard that. It sounds really good.
Yeah, that's
Now,
awesome.
oh yeah, that's awesome for the guy because the guy was actually having an emotional attachment to the property. He got into financial distress. He got sick, unfortunately, but you guys were able to go ahead and give him a good offer and get him a place where to live at, which is
Correct.
2-in-1. I can tell the 2-in-1 combo. I can
Yep.
tell. So, from the first conversation upon to the last one, how was your discovery? Like, you started pretty much you discovered that the guy was going to be difficult to close on from the very first beginning.
So, when I first talked to Adam, it was a good, first process call. I could tell there was more motivation than what he wanted to reveal to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and honestly, this could have been, I should have said this, but this was almost another 17 to 25-minute closing. We went through the process. I got him the offer. After I explained to him why we were at the price we were at, he was like, "That's fair. I understand that. I want to move forward." So realistically, the first time I talked to him, it was an 18-minute process call, another 6-minute offer call, and then while I was going over the purchase agreement with him, his phone died, and he didn't have power in his house, so he couldn't charge his phone. I didn't discover that though until 2 days later. So this was almost another, 25, 30-minute or less success story.
Yeah, it could be. Could be.
Right. But thankfully it wasn't, because if his phone never died, I mean, he would have signed anyway. However, we would have never uncovered the motivation, the true motivation, and we never would have known that we needed to facilitate another purchase of a property for him.
Nice, man. Nice, man. So in other words, you guys, what? You guys closed this over the phone, or Alfonso went to the property, or Cam went to the property?
No, this was all over the phone. I had everything signed over the phone. And then we sent our disposition manager, Alfonso, over there after everything was signed 2 days later.
Was great, man. So you guys are gonna go ahead and wholesale it?
Correct. We already have a buyer. Everything's set up. We're looking to do about a 10-day close.
10-day close? Okay. That's fast. 10 days are nothing. That's gonna be really fast. I can tell.
Right.
Now, in terms of breakdown deal by numbers, how did it actually made sense for you guys? Due to the financial distress of the guy, or what else did you guys? How did it make sense for you guys to go ahead and close this property?
So originally we were thinking we were going to do a novation for him. Upon further discovery of Alfonso going to the property, we realized the conditions weren't to where they need to be. Sorry, where they need to be. So we quickly flipped our disposition strategy. We were completely transparent with Adam the whole time, and just told him, like, hey, the conditions of the property aren't what we previously discussed. However, we're able to honor the price still, but we're just going to do something faster for you, and we're going to wholesale it.
Yeah, that due to the conditions of the property, you cannot do an innovation, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, it makes sense. So I believe that you told me that over the beginning of the call. You anticipate to get 15 grand over this deal?
That's correct.
15 grand. Yeah. All right. What will you tell, Kyle, to the people that are struggling over more than one call with this type of sellers? What is the success behind this?
The biggest success is if you feel in your heart that you're not getting the true motivation of someone in their situation. You need to be able to tactically and empathetically get to the root of the problem by sporadic, questioning. You don't always want to just, take the knife and dive right in the heart. You want to slowly get to the root of the problem, because, like I stated earlier, with this client, if I never stayed with him and I never called him multiple times, I would have never understood the financial distress that he was under, along with the emotional distress he was under. So my recommendation at the end of the day is you have to build rapport with somebody, and you have to truly get to the root of the reason that they filled out any Facebook. They filled out that for a reason, and our job as acquisitions people is to find out that reason and bring value to them in their current situation.
All right, man. Really nice words there. I hope that I keep on having this type of calls. I hope that this week there's another closing.
I'm going for. I'm trying to get to 2 weeks. I'm trying to get 2 weeks from you guys. That's my goal by the end of summer. It's at minimum 2 weeks.
Great, man.
Just from EPCs we get.
Excellent, bro. No, that was it for today, Kyle. So I'm gonna schedule you for next week. A check-in.
Perfect.
Make sure you pick up your daughter on time.
That won't be it. My wife will be back. Problem. Thank you.
If you don't, you won't have a wife by the end of the day, man.
Correct.
All right, bro.
It's hard.
It was
we're both Marines still, so it's really hard to do both.
Yeah.
And all this. So
That's
we run around a whole lot.
That's being a dad, bro. That's being a dad. All right, man. It was nice talking to you on today. Okay.
Yes,
so
sir.
I'm gonna talk. Exactly. I'll talk to Cam and see when we can schedule. You have a great one. Okay.
All right. You too, brother. Thank you.
All right. Bye bye. Take care.